Welcome back to another episode, installment of the ONJ podcast. I'm your co-host Jeremiah.
I'm your co-host Orlando.
Hope everyone's having a good day, good night. First one, start off saying RP to the late great Bill Russell, 11th time Finals winner or 11th time NBA champ. I don't know any other stats. I mean, I feel like that's all that matters. You know any other stats off the top of your head?
Um, when the Celtics brag about all those championships they have, they were all because of Bill Russell.
Facts. That's facts. But yeah, RP to him.
Great legend.
Condolences. Hope his family's comforted during this tough time and just sending nothing but positive energy that way.
His legacy will live on not only within those Boston Celtics championships, but in every single upcoming NBA Finals.
That's a fact. Also giving the middle finger to Charles Barkley, like that's a classic clip. Or like saying like, or even just saying to Shaq, who was it? Shaq, Kareem, Lonzo Mourning. Uh, who else was on Dikembe? Like, I'll kick your ass in front of like the league's best present and past players, like all in the crowd. Like, it's legendary.
Go.
Legend
Such
for
a go.
sure. But what we got first?
How about we start off by talking about Mr. Zion?
Yes, sir.
New information has come out about his contract. And they actually did. The Pelicans were actually smart, put some clause in that contract. Two of the clause, I think there's two. There might be more, but two that I know of. One deals with his weight, and one deals with injury.
Right. So, what is the cause exactly, though? I ain't really get that far, like into like. I just saw weight clause. I'm like, hey, and like and that's something you was talking about. I mean, that's something like you wanted when you like it when we talked about his extension. You was like, I hope, I hope they have like a weight clause. You got what you asked for.
So I don't know. They didn't put too much information on like the injury part of the clause. So I don't know if it's like, for example, you have to play a minimum of 60 games or blah blah blah. They haven't said that.
All right.
But for the weight clause, they said if you add his weight plus his body fat percent, it cannot exceed 295.
I wonder, like, what's the lowest? I mean, post high school, like, I wonder what his lowest body fat was. Like, what's the lowest he's ever been post high school, though? Because high school he was kind of skinny, but like post, like while at Duke or like his first 2 years in the league, like his first 2 years playing, like I wonder what like what's the lowest he's
It
been.
was it was probably that second season he had. That
Mm-hmm.
was that man was going crazy that second season. I think he was averaging like what 27 somewhere around there, carrying those Pelicans. That was a
Played
great
60
season for him.
games too.
Yeah,
He was healthy for the most part. I mean,
yeah.
so I wonder what it was. I wonder what that number was. You think it was like 10? I mean, I don't know though.
10
We never
probably.
seen like a specimen like that though, so you can never know. But
Honestly,
I mean,
10
mhm,
would technically make sense because
what it
I think back then he was 280,
probably, yeah,
near 280. So if you do 280 plus 10, that's like 290. So that's probably where they got the whole percent plus body fat, where there
right.
was like if he was that good, during that season with that amount of weight and body fat, then that could be like his standard or something.
280 at 6'6", 6'7". Like, no, I don't even know, like, because you said 295 in total. So
Yes.
I don't even know if that doesn't even sound healthy to me. But then again, it's Zion though. So
It's
like
about
Lord,
it's about the body fat. It's about the body
right.
fat. For example,
Yeah.
for example, someone you there's a difference between someone who's like 280 and they're
Mhm.
just pure fat, and then someone who's 280, but they're 280 because they have a lot of muscle. So muscle weighs
Right.
more. So it's understandable. That's
Yeah.
why they added the body fat. I think that was smart that they added the specific body fat because it was just like
Mhm.
you could just be like 280,
Yeah.
then he could
Mm,
just be straight fat.
yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
want a body fat, it's like you literally have to make sure that weight is because of the muscle you
Oh
have.
wow, that is genius. Now that you put it that way. Oh, shout out to the Pelicans today.
Yeah, they did smart. That was smart,
No,
bro.
no, that was smart. I would have never thought of that. I didn't think about that. Huh. All right, but shout out to them, and let's hope Zion's able to stay within that range. You know what I mean?
Boy, he better stay in that range.
Dude.
He better stay in that range because I don't know what's gonna happen if he doesn't.
But then they say what they say if he doesn't do it, then they take away his get
Money.
some of his guaranteed money,
Yep,
right?
money. Money, 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 money.
Yeah. So we'll see. We
Good
shall
luck to
see.
them. Good luck
Good
to them.
luck to them.
Next topic. We have the whole fiasco with James Harden extension,
Oh
along
yes.
with the what they're calling the Sixers tampering because of it, something like that. But yeah,
Well, I mean, it is a little fishy, not gonna lie. But
how? Talk about it.
now
Talk about it.
you Daryl Morey, the old GM for the Rockets. The last time Harden was there, who was on that team? PJ, Daniel. Uh yeah, that's
PJ
it.
Daniel, Clint Capella,
Nick Capella.
um, was Westbrook or CP3, one of
Let's talk
those
about
two.
the relevant guys, like the relevant guys to the argument. So you said Daniel, PJ, and then all of a sudden, this man wants to give away. Lord knows. So it was 40. He had a $44 million option. So that
47.
means, huh? Oh, 47. My bad.
47.
47 million. That's even better. $47 million option. And then you decide to give away, I would say, maybe it's hard to calculate. So this new contract is 34 a
Like
year. So you're giving away about 10 mil. Just
over 10 mil, I think. A little over
over
10
10
mil.
mil. A little bit over 10 mil just to have your old teammates back. So that
Yes.
I mean, I could see why that could look like tampering because like
How's it
you're trying
tampering
to
though?
how's it tampering?
Yeah.
And I mean this could end. I think it's cause wasn't the allegations like they they're calling it tampering because they think that they've had previous communication before free agency, right?
See, okay. So they
Was
say that,
wasn't
right?
that, wasn't that the allegation?
I don't remember what the allegation was. I just
I
even
feel like that was it. Mm-hmm.
the thing I have, the problem I have with it, right,
Right.
is first of all, if Harden gave away money,
Mhm.
that there's no tampering there, right? Like if
Right.
he had a conversation with Daryl Morey, he was under contract with the 76ers, they were allowed to have that conversation. He's not from another team. So that's completely fine there.
Mhm.
If we move on past that, right? He decided to take a smaller chunk of money, right? When they did sign the two, Daniel House and PJ Tucker, who, like you said, were involved in that old team, right? They
Mhm.
have an established relationship already, right? So it's understandable why they would sign them because they have that established relationship with them. However,
That's
I
true.
don't think it's tampering because when when I think it was like 3 o'clock on a Thursday when free agency opened up, the 76ers didn't do anything or anything of significance. PJ Tucker and Daniel House did not sign on that dot.
What
You
if they
cannot.
knew?
So how you gonna go to the 76ers and tell them you were tampering when literally 3 o'clock hit and the Denver Nuggets was like, oh, DeAndre Jordan signed right now. Like,
You have to bring that back.
no, because he was dead ass the first one who like signed. Like 3 o'clock hit in the first watch notification. DeAndre Jordan
Oh,
signed with
man.
Nuggets. I was like, what the heck?
I mean, hey, but then again, it could have already been set in stone. You know what I mean? So like, it could have
What
already
sense?
been like, basically that they're coming back. Like they could have been allegedly, could have been like a
I feel
previous
like if it
conversation.
was set in stone, they would
Hmm.
have done the classic
They
sign
would.
at 3 o'clock
Wouldn't that
and
be
move
too
on.
obvious though? Don't you think?
I don't know. Go tell that to everybody who signs at 3 o'clock, bro. It makes no sense. You cannot tell me like 3 o'clock hits. You're allowed to talk at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's like y'all don't even have a conversation. It's like they drop a contract and you sign it, and then Woj is like, oh, he signed. Come on.
Right. I feel
Like
you.
everybody, honestly, everybody tampers at this point. There's no way
I feel
3
you.
o'clock hits and everybody signs.
Yeah, I hear you. But what do you think about his extension? Like, so we talked about tampering. Like, what do you think about just Harden's extension and like him taking a pay cut?
Good. He wants a championship. Take a pay cut to earn that championship.
So, do you think that what he had with the Rockets? So, you think there's something that he sees, like that could possibly work? Like, do you think he thinks like Embiid was the missing piece, like a good center? I mean, because Capella's like solid, but he's not like we all know like he's not Embiid. You know what I mean? So, like, do
I've
you think?
I've
Go
always
ahead.
said I've always said that the biggest issue that the Rockets did
Mm-hmm.
was that when they were trying to pair James Harden with a superstar, they paired him with another guard. I
Okay.
never thought that was the solution. I always thought if you wanted to pair Harden with a superstar, it had to be either a center or a forward. It makes no sense to pair him with a guard who's going to take the ball away from him.
So Chris Paul being healthy in those I don't remember the year, but the playoffs where Rockets in the playoffs, Chris Paul got injured. So you think there was no way that would have worked even if he was healthy?
It could have worked
Yeah. But maybe because that's just
at
Chris
that
Paul.
season, but then the next season moved on and then they started having the issues.
Right, right, right.
So you
Yeah.
so you so you know like it could work for one season, but it's not like a long-term great thing that's going to work
Right.
because obviously Harden at this point in his career, he prefers to have the ball in his hand to be like. I know you don't like to consider him a point guard, but Harden himself likes to consider
Here we
himself the
go.
point guard.
Here we go with this stuff.
I'm just saying, Harden himself likes to be the point guard.
I just don't see him. He could play it, but like I just don't I feel like that don't make him a point guard. But yeah, I see what you mean though. But okay. I mean, I think also with this team though, it's kind of like built around him. Not necessarily. I mean, like in regards to with he like with the backcourt, like he can be the point guard. You know what I mean? Because like Russell Westbrook, like we all like Russell Westbrook is very ball dominant. You know what I mean? And like Maxi, he doesn't have to have the ball in his hand. You know, he could play off if need be. Then you've got Tobias, who's a shooter, PJ, who's a corner specialist. You know what I mean? And then Embiid just do it all. Whatever you need him to do, he'll do it. So I mean, it's kind of the roster is kind of looking in his favor. You know what I mean? So I think this should give him a much better chance than he had with the Rockets, with like Russ and and that squad that he had with Capella. But if you have like so you're very like you remind me of a GM, like all of our conversations, like you have like a GM mindset. So you're Daryl Morey. Like you have this team. It looks like I said, it looks like it's kind of built in Harden's favor to be successful. So like, what are you happy with in regards to like playoffs? Like what finish? I mean, of course you want to win it all, of course, but like, what is your realistic expectation?
Realistic expectations.
Yeah, like realistic, like I don't know, second round, like get out the second round. Like, what is
Conference
your
finals.
what end goal would you be satisfied with? I mean, of course you
Conference
want a
finals.
championship, but like, what would you? Huh?
Conference finals.
That's realistic for you.
That's the minimum. That's the minimum.
Oh, okay, all right. Barring no injuries, knock on wood.
Yeah, barring
But
no injuries. Whatever happens to Tobias, whether they trade him or keep him.
I mean, I think they might need him. To be honest,
Should they trade Tobias?
should they trade Tobias?
Now let's
No.
remember he's making the
Um,
max.
yes, but in regards to his
Is he a
role,
max player?
no. But his role within that team, he could fulfill like he could be that 3-and-D guy that you need. Well, also, I mean, you have PJ, but why not have two? You know what I mean? Two is better than one. And Tobias ain't no scrub though. I think as a third option, I think he could be like a very good third option for that team.
I don't like my
Who
third option having a max contract.
I mean, hey, that's how it works sometimes. You know what I mean? But but then you also have Maxi too, who could be a third option. So
So now the max contract player Tobias Harris is the fourth option.
I don't know though. Think about it. Would you rather have Harden, Maxi, House, Tucker, and Embiid, or would you rather have Harden, Maxi, Harris, Tucker, Embiid,
What?
like as a starter? No, because like if Tobias leaves, then House would enter the starting lineup probably.
Yeah,
So
but
like,
I would hope they would train him for a competent roster, you know?
or a competent wing player.
Competent wing player, a competent
Mm,
like 2 for 1, two
I'm
players
trying
for
to
Tobias.
I'm trying to see who's possibly available though. Who would that work for? That's on his level or like something. I don't even know who that I can't even think of a player that like would be worth it though. Can you think of one? I don't know.
I don't know.
These are Sixers were just in a bad situation. Like along like even with
They
like
should have
the
kept Jimmy Butler.
yeah, I think that's something they're probably gonna regret. But I mean, do you think like I know why Jimmy's explained it like multiple times. Why? Not multiple times, but he explained it in like the JJ Redick interview, like why it didn't work out. But do you think that like Embiid should have, or like one of the higher up players, like maybe Embiid should have spoke up more? Like, do you think? Well, no, not should have. If he did, like, you think that would have changed? Something?
Yeah, it looks like Embiid and Jimmy Butler have a great relationship from what you
Right,
see, you know?
right.
So it definitely wasn't them. Wasn't there
True.
an issue between them. It was an
But
issue
like,
between everybody else.
if he spoke up to the front office, like maybe you think that could have happened? Like that could have pre like resulted in a stay of Jimmy.
Probably.
Yeah. But things work out the way it is. Jimmy's flourishing in Miami, and he's like their franchise guy right now. So making moolah, probably a lot more than he would have made with Sixers anyway. So
I don't know. Tobias has a max contract.
oh my you and, oh my lord. You and this Tobias contract.
I'm
But
just saying.
it'll be interesting though. We'll see.
All right. Next up, we have some rapid fire contract talks. Um, there's
Sure.
some there's some contracts that happened, extensions, like random contracts that happened. Nothing huge. That's what I'm saying. It's rapid fire, just quick thoughts, opinions.
Sure.
We'll start off. Keldon Johnson got an extension.
Uh was it about 4 year, 80 mil? I mean, DeJounte's gone. Uh Lonnie's gone. So he's pretty much gonna be their guy. So I'm not really too surprised by the contract. And he averaged about 18 last year or 17 last year. So he's constantly improving. And they're definitely gonna need him the next five seasons. So it's a great deal though. And I think it's a great value too that they got.
I agree. A great deal. Out of all they're always drafting guards. So I think hopefully Keldon Johnson's one of them that's there to stay. Even though he doesn't necessarily play guard. I've seen him play
Yeah.
multiple positions with the Spurs. But
Yeah.
hopefully he's there to stay. Good contract for him.
But
Next we have Eric Pascal who signed 1 year with the Timberwolves.
Timberwolves, like I said, they wanna make sure like they made the playoffs. They cleared their playoff drought last season, and they're just trying to go back. So just judging from the Gobert trade and just signing and their bench signings, making sure that they're deep off the bench. Eric Pascal just give you some good depth behind Cat, you know, at that fourth spot. So good value signing. And it's a guy that could stretch the floor too. So it's good.
Yep, good signing for them because this adds depth to that team. I do find it
Mhm.
interesting how Eric Pascal went from like everybody being so high on him in the Warriors when he was in the Warriors to getting traded to the
Right.
Jazz, getting zero playing time, and now all he got was 1 year contract. That's interesting.
I
But
feel like him going to the Jazz was like a Donovan Mitchell thing. Cause like I think like him and Donovan Mitchell think I want to say they played high school ball together. So I think that probably has some a lot to do with it.
Either way,
But
they should still played him.
you said they should have played him.
They should have played him. Give him some minutes.
Yeah, I mean behind Ingles and who else was there? Royce O'Neal. Yeah, you're right. He could have got some minutes. Maybe that's
Next,
why. Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that maybe that's why Snyder's gone. He didn't play Eric Pascal.
Who knows what's happening with the Jazz? Next we have Jermichael Green, who got bought out by OKC and is signing with the Warriors.
You didn't say who he had. You didn't have to say who he got bought out by. But
In this podcast, we like to be accurate and give full
here we go.
details.
Okay. Wait till something come up about the Magic. Um, I would say the rich keep getting richer. It's a great depth signing. He'll definitely add value. I guess he's replacing I don't want to butcher his name. The no Bejelica. 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 Nemanja. Nemanja. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
You know how to say it.
Imanja, I'm not even. Nope, not even gonna try.
Right. Come on, you saw me try it. You could have tried it. But I guess he's gonna like replace that role, of a stretcher.
Pejelinka.
I guess he's gonna like
I
replace
tried it
that.
for you.
Oh my god, god dang. Are you done?
No. Okay, now I am.
So Lavaja, I guess he's gonna replace that role, as a floor stretcher. It's a great signing though. What was it? Was it vet minimum that they got him on? Probably.
Probably.
Yeah. So vet minimum contract. It's a good signing. He could bring he'll definitely bring some value to that team for sure.
Monte Williams, coach, extension, Suns.
I mean, really, if you've been watching the Suns and the resurrection they've had since the bubble, going undefeated and then, going into that summer hyped and then getting Chris Paul and then Monty Williams just lifting up that franchise. It's much deserved. They've been number one. I'm pretty sure number one seed pretty much all seasons. Were they number one all seasons since the bubble? I feel like they have. Yeah. Well, since Chris Paul's been there, they've been number
No,
one.
no. Didn't last season weren't they number two? Right? Wasn't Jazz number one and then they lost and then they were like,
Jazz were one.
yeah.
Yikes. Tough Jazz. I think but yeah. I'm not really too surprised by extension. Great extension. And he's done well for that franchise.
Well deserved extension. That's all I have to say. Well deserved.
Sure.
Sharif O'Neal has signed a six-figure contract with the G League Ignite.
Six figures. With how much six are we talking above 5 or are we talking below 5?
I don't know. They just said six figures, bro. So as far as we know, it could have just been 100, bro, and they would have been like six. Make it look nice. Like I don't know.
But I think it's smart. Not gonna lie. I think it's good for him because eyes will definitely be on him for sure. Like with the G League Ignite team, how they get high school players and then scouts are at those games. Look at trying to evaluate those high school players to see like if they're what say it
Hmm?
please
No, I
say
just
it.
have a question. When you're done, I have a
Oh,
question for you.
oh, okay, gotcha. But yeah, they got it's high school players, elite high school players, so they're there to evaluate those players, and then he could get some of that camera time. You know what I mean? Maybe a scout could see him like in the game and be like, wow, he's improved since summer league or something like that, and maybe give him a deal. So I think eyes for sure, eyes will definitely be on him.
So my question.
Mhm.
So you see how it has turned out that he decided to go to, the summer league. He got this contract, right?
Mm.
Comparing this to what could have been, should he have stayed that extra year in college?
Mm. I mean, are you making six figures in college?
His dad is
Now,
is Shaq, bro. That doesn't matter, bro. His dad is Shaq.
now, college, I mean, like think about it, like Ben Simmons. You know what I mean? Like the whole. I don't know if you've seen his ESPN documentary, in regards to like it was like I think it was a one and done documentary or something, and I think he was kind of like one of the focal points of it, and like it was just probably one of the funniest joints you'll ever see. I mean, his point was like basically like I know I'm gonna be the one pick, so like why would I, you know what I mean, waste my time? I'm not making no money. Like why would I waste my time and going to class? You know what I mean? So should he have stayed in college? Maybe development wise, yes, for sure. But I mean, he still got a 6 figure deal. I don't know if his NIL money is 6 figures. Well, judging by him, who he is, he probably could make that NIL. But I mean, I guess if you got a chance to make it to the league, I mean, why not take it? You know what I mean? Because then it's like I feel like you could say that about a couple players too that enter the draft. Because this year, like Peyton Watson, he averaged literally like 11 minutes a game, but you know he was still like he still entered the draft though. You know what I mean? And he's probably not ready, but I mean, you know, if there's a chance to get in the touch the league or get near it, then why not?
Interesting.
What do you think?
Interesting. So I asked that question because I think Shaq had wanted him to stay that extra year in college to better develop himself. So I think if he would have stayed that extra year in college to develop himself, he would have actually gotten drafted, not have been undrafted. I feel like he would have got drafted, but I don't know
Right.
how high he would have gotten drafted though. Because second
Exactly.
round, I think the difference between second round and undrafted signing with the G League, there's not that big of a difference.
It's not that much. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, and then this is basketball we're talking about. Okay. Paul George broke his leg in an exhibition game. All right. So it's like the snap, like you're like your career could like easily be affected just like that. You know what I mean? So he goes to college and barring like I hate wishing injuries, just speaking it into atmosphere, but like I don't know, he hurts his ankle, breaks it, like I don't know, anything. He gets injured. You know, that's like that could affect his draft stock. You know what I mean? I mean, he didn't get drafted, but that could affect the progress to the league rather than I don't know how his contract is, his G League contract is, but it's probably guaranteed. I'm not sure. But if he gets hurt in it's better probably getting hurt in the G League than it is probably in college. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know though, but it's great too, and also I think it's a great move as well, development wise too, because you know G League, it's the G League Ignite team. You know, it was made for the elite high school players. You know what I mean, for them to develop to the NBA game. So he gets to develop, you know, get that one on one, that serious coaching, you know, from those coaches, you know, what I mean, that's, you know, with those elite high school prospects and stuff. So I mean, I think it's a great opportunity for him, you know. I wonder if he had any I wonder what his other options were. Like maybe if overseas was an option or if he had like some other you know, options like that.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Next, we have Cal Corver is now the director of player affairs and development for the Atlanta Hawks.
Love it. I mean, I like just seeing familiar players, you know, like come back to their organization, you know. I mean, he was probably a part of one of the I'm not gonna say best Hawks teams of all time, but like record wise, probably one of the best teams of all time. I think that year they were and like all five of the starters had made the all-star team. You know what I mean? So it was crazy. So I think for him to come back is pretty cool. And was it you said director of player affairs?
Yep.
What is that? I don't even know what that means to be honest, but I guess it's good to have a vet like that just around your players. That's cool.
I agree. Having such a vet is gonna do great for the player, especially for development. He's an amazing shooter, so he's just
Sure.
gonna help everybody there with those shooters, and he has the background with the Hawks from that winning team.
Wish he could have been there with Kevin Herter. I wonder if like That could have because they don't play similar, but I mean, in regard, maybe could have helped them with a shooting. That would have been interesting.
Well,
But
he could help
just we'll
Trey Young.
never know. We'll never know. Oh man.
Next one we have for contract, last one. Ben Carroll is signing to Jordan.
Hmm. I like it. Uh, I mean, nah, you got to actually you gotta take this. What do you think?
What?
It's your boy. Sure.
He's the number one
Franchise.
draft pick. What did y'all expect?
Consider
Like
him a
he wasn't gonna
franchise
get signed?
cornerstone.
Yes. Number
Yeah.
one overall pick, bro.
Yo, it's your franchise cornerstone. What do you think about it, man?
Great. He's the number one pick. Of course he was gonna get signed.
I don't know. I thought I mean, I didn't think, but like I would have figured he would have went to Nike
Have
just
you
because. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You first and
Oh,
then me.
I was gonna say like, cause I be seeing like with these like companies and just like their tactics. I don't know if it's a tactic that they willingly do, but it's like something I noticed where it's like a player that like plays in a certain type of gear, they end up like in high school and in college, they kind of end up going to that, you know, brand when they get to the NBA. You know what I mean? So like playing EYBL and they giving you all these Nikes and stuff. And then like playing in college, they giving you all these Nike jackets or you know, whatever brand your college is sponsored by. You know, they give you all the jackets, shoes, and whatever. So I feel like that could be like a tactic that the companies use to like lure them in when it's time for them to make that decision of like endorsement wise. You know what I mean? But he didn't take that route. Jordan, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm a player, where are you signing? If you're endorsement, if you have the opportunity for an endorsement,
All right. I would like to sign, of course, we would all like to sign to Nike, right? However, have you noticed recently Nike's Jordan is under Nike, technically. Jordan is Nike, right? But
right.
Nike recently has gone in the route of trying to develop the Jordan brand more compared to the Nike brand. Because Nike brand doesn't need any more players or any more development. They already got Jordan. They got the Jordan brand. They got LeBron on a lifetime deal. And they just re-upped with the Kobe's. So they got
They got
Kobe still in the
KD,
contract.
KD
You have
too.
KD, you have Kyrie. So they
Oh
have
my
the big
lord,
stars already in Nike. So I think what they're doing now is they're trying to do that same thing with the new generation towards Jordan. I think Zion is in the Jordan brand. I
yeah.
think Luca might
Luka,
also be signed with Jordan.
yeah,
And now
he
you got
is.
Ben Carroll. So they're bringing the new generation towards the Jordan brand to
That's tough.
reestablish that brand.
That's tough. That's a good observation. I ain't even think about that. That's tough though.
Yeah.
I mean, I still want to know what the split is with Jordan. Like, I mean, with Michael Jordan, like how much he gets and then how much Nike gets. I'm still curious about that. But I think it's great, great signing. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Wait, so you said so your answer was Jordan endorsement deal. If you got an
My
endorsement deal,
answer
you're
was Nike. My answer was
oh your
Nike.
answer is Nike.
Yes.
Okay,
I
why
just
Nike?
made I just made the observation that they're pushing everybody to Jordan now.
Why Nike though?
Because I like Nikes.
Mhm. Is there like a certain shoe like you want just for the
Kobe's.
oh smart.
I think
Ah,
Jordans are too bulky, honestly. I'm gonna be honest. In terms of like
hmm.
plain shoes. Because even Jordan back in the day made the thing that said he played in Jordan some maybe the once and then he was
Right.
bleeding.
What were they making Kobe? Were they making Nikes before Kobe died? Like new ones, or like just were they making Nikes? Period before Kobe died,
Like Kobe
and
Nikes?
like Kobe shoes. Were they making Kobe shoes like before he
Yes.
died?
Yes.
They were.
I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
they were, yes.
So where'd your and do they still make them? They still wait. You said they fixed the relationship with
They
Kobe. That
just they just re-signed again to
all
continue the
right.
production.
Okay. So yeah, that question would not be that question would make sense. All right, cool. I would say Jordan, just because I don't. I mean, I like Jordans. I just personally don't want to spend the money on them just to get them for free. I'll take that for the rest of my
But you would
life.
have to play in Jordan. You would have to play
Yeah,
basketball in Jordan.
that's great. That's a great point. Wait, technically though, I'm playing in the boss man's shoes. You know what I mean? Because Nike owns Jordan, so
But you would
I'm
still have
good.
to play in Jordan. You can't use Nike. You have to be Jordan.
God, bro. Like, wait, but I didn't say I was a basketball player though.
Ah, here we go. Here we go, chasing the terms, bro. Here we go, bro.
I didn't say I was a hooper. I didn't say I was a hooper. I said I'm just I got an endorsement deal. Hey, I could be a podcaster. I could be a sports psychologist or a sports
Hey,
nutritionist or
if
something.
I don't have to play in them, then give me Jordan, bro. If I don't have to play in them.
Oh man. But shout out Jordan though. Shout out to them. And shout out to Paolo for signing with Jordan. It's great. Great news. You know, great news.
So now I have another question for you, right? Based off that, do you feel like Nike could turn the LeBron brand into its own brand, like turn like the
Uh,
LeBron into like the Jordan?
like, oh, okay, I see what you mean. Like, you mean could it reach that level? Uh,
If they reach that level, could they do it? Will they do
dang,
it,
that's
or will
tough.
they just keep it as just a shoe under Nike?
So, I think I know what you mean. Like, you mean like commercialize it, kind of like
Yes.
like Jordan, like.
Could they turn
Mhm.
the LeBron brand into its own brand like they did with Jordan?
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Oh, dang, I thought LeBron's was his own brand already.
No, it's still LeBron's under Nike.
Damn, that's tough. Um, I'm gonna say no.
No.
Reason be- reason being, content wise, and by content I mean clothes. I mean shoes. I mean like that wise, like LeBron's not fucking with Nike. I mean with Jordan. I don't care. Like it's just not. It's not happening.
You don't think he
Uh,
has the potential to?
yes. Okay, I'm gonna say yes. Only because. That's what I mean. I'm gonna say content wise, no. You, dude, I'm talking ones. I'm talking two. Dude, the whole alphabet, the whole number tree. Okay,
Okay.
he's got it on wraps. Okay,
Okay.
Jordan
Okay.
Jordan has it on wraps, bro. All
Okay.
right, on all 10 of your fingers, bro. Bangers, 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 bangers. All right, each finger is a banger. Okay, pause. But like I think that what you had to react. I was you had to react. I was doing so good until you had to. That's what I think content wise. Now, I'm gonna say the reason I say yes, and you made the face. Reason being is because he's LeBron. So like him being LeBron, he may be able to compete with Jordan, but you got to put out content that people want to buy. Now, I ain't gonna lie, there are some LeBrons that I still want. You know what I mean? But my list of Jordans that I want is way longer than my list of LeBrons that I want. So it's like content wise, I don't think he'll be able to compete. That's just my opinion, though. How you feel?
Interesting. Interesting. I agree
Uh-huh.
with the shoes. There's more Jordan retros than I want compared to
That's what I
LeBron
mean.
retros. Even I
Yeah.
think Nike has started doing a thing testing out to see if they could release retro LeBrons, like rookie LeBron shoes, like the
Oh, okay.
Nike Zoom LeBrons from back in the
Mhm.
day.
These are cool. I
So
really
see how that goes.
the only LeBrons that I think are there like any LeBrons you wish you could have right now? Like any LeBrons on your wish list?
Off the top of my head, I have no idea. Off the
Dang.
top of my
Ah,
head, off the top of my
right.
head, I
The
have
only
to
ones
sit
I
there.
really the only ones I really wanted was like the low. I think they were the eights, the Hornets when they had the when he did the Hornets. I think they were like low, but the lows though, not the highs, the lows. I like the Hornet lows. I would like to get my hands on those before as soon as I can. But other
LeBron
than
shoes
that,
are just too narrow. At least for me, I have wide
yeah,
feet. LeBron's are way too narrow for my feet, at least.
okay, yeah. I think I could see why you say that they are, but also it's like I don't know, like with the and plus like with Jordans, it's like I feel like you could fit, like you could put fits together. Like you could, like how many IG pictures have you seen like of your homeboys or like or just any or girls, just anybody? Like how many of them like are rocking Jordans? I'm
bro.
talking ones. I'm talking ones. I'm talking what tens maybe. I don't know, fives, whatever. Like how many have you seen? Like
I saw a dude
uh-huh.
who had a whole suit on, rocking a pair of retro ones, bro.
It's a mic drop. Like there's nothing more that needs to be said. Like, no offense to LeBron, like like he's a great, no, you know what I mean, great figure in basketball. But I mean, just content wise, I just don't think it's gonna be able to match up. Now that doesn't mean that just because he doesn't match up with him content wise. Wait, because what was your question? Was you said did you say can it be as big as Jordan or you said can he just or
Will
can he
it
just
be its
be?
own separate brand like Jordan, the
I
Jordan
mean,
brand?
yeah. If I was comparing it to Jordan, so that's why I said no. Because you said like Jordan, so like I instantly went to compare him the two. But I mean, he doesn't have to be Jordan, so can he be his own brand? I mean, yeah, I feel like
LeBron
because
has a
I ain't
lot
gonna
of
lie,
bandwagon fans, bro.
huh?
LeBron has a lot of bandwagon fans, bro. They'll buy anything
And
that
is
has a
about to
LeBron
retire
label
though.
on it.
He's about to retire though. So I mean,
He's about to retire as the number one player who scored the most points in NBA history. So
true. Knock on wood. So I mean, yeah, it could happen. I guess you know. What I mean, I think like his window though, like when I was in when we were in middle school, like I think like LeBron had the sneaker game like on a chokehold. I mean, like I seen like so I don't know how it was for you in your city, but like in my city, like people was just like in my middle school, like most of the school like had on LeBron. I'm not even saying that like as an exaggeration. Like I'm being for real. Like his merch was going crazy. Like and people was like buying the matching Nike tees, like the matching LeBron tees to go with their LeBrons, and like he had the merch game, like apparel game, like on a chokehold during that time. I'm trying to remember it because that middle school, how old were we? Probably like 14, 15, maybe. Right?
bro,
How
he
old
had
were
all
we?
the colorways. That's the thing about his shoes. His
Yeah,
colorways were crazy, bro. Especially
facts.
when he would drop the Miami colorways, bro. Them
Ooh,
joints were crazy.
them South Beaches, them South Beach LeBrons, bro. The highs and lows.
Bro.
Even the orange joints, the galaxy joints that he had with the inside with the insoles was just galaxy with the orange at the bruh. I don't know if he like see like you said like we talk look how we talk about this in our excitement. That was like probably like 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. I don't know. But like so like can he get back like in order to be a successful brand, you gotta be able to like get back to that point. And I can't think of a time when Jordan has had like a low moment, you know what I mean? Where it's like people not talking about Jordans, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's tough.
We'll see. Moving on from our whole entire talk about LeBron Jordan. Um, let's move on and let's
Great.
talk about
That was great. That was
yes.
great.
Let's talk about your opinions on Jalen Brown being
Okay.
included in KD trade talks.
Shaking my head.
What?
I was referring to his tweet. That's what he said. Once the
Oh,
news
okay,
had leaked,
okay,
he was
okay.
like
Yes,
shaking my head.
yes.
Uh, uh I mean, I don't know. See, I don't know with NBA players. I don't know if they be like buying into the BS, like buying into like the media, like games and stuff, or if they really like find out when we find out type stuff. You know what I mean? I've always wondered that. I don't know if they be trolling or like if they just do it or if they actually find out when the public finds out. But I mean, if he found out when we did, I would feel some type of way too. You know what I mean? I think they have something. They have what they just proved that they have what it takes to make it to the finals. They just need a few more pieces. They just added Gallo. I'm not saying Gallo makes them another final contender, but I mean they make moves. They're making moves. Robert Williams should be healthy. You know what I mean? So I think,
Malcolm Brogdon.
oh man, God dang, how did I forget about Brogdon?
Yeah,
Jeez,
yeah. I don't know how you went straight to Gallo and
my
now
Lord.
Brogdon, bro. But
I think it's like Gallo's like the probably most recent that I could think of.
yeah,
So it's probably why. So he's probably the most recent signing. So yeah, but dang, can't forget about Brogdon. Brogdon. So they don't need to give away because I think they said Brooklyn wanted Smart too, which is why they didn't do the deal. Um, you
price is
it's not
stupid. The price they were
it's,
asking for
it's
KD is
not
stupid.
worth it. I ain't gonna lie. It seems like they want a whole franchise for that for KD. And KD is a franchise player, but the man is 33, 34. Like it's it's kind of getting. I don't think I would give up my franchise. And Jaylen Brown's not no scrub either. Like he's like I wouldn't say he's Jason Tatum superstar level, but like he's like right under. I don't know what is that really like very good player or like or all star. Well, he's an all star. He's an all star caliber player. You know what I mean? So I'm not giving him up, and I think he's a cornerstone for the franchise too. So I think they can't just give him up like that. And I understand how he feels too. Like you know what I mean?
I understand why the Nets asked for him.
Huh?
Um, it's understandable why the Nets asked for him. You know,
Yeah.
he's a great player. Um, I guess KD could throw them over the hump, but I guess with any possible KD trade, you're also giving up a ton. So you've established all of this team already just to trade it for KD, and you're giving up a ton.
Who else was did they offer but with Brown? It
Bro,
was
who knows? It might have been Brown, Smart, Horford, and like 40 picks.
I think it was just Brown and Horford, and then it was picks, and then they didn't include Smart. So yeah, no. Boston, y'all have what it takes. Y'all just showed y'all have what it takes to make it to the finals. Y'all regrouped, and y'all did as y'all should. Y'all didn't stay stagnate. Y'all made some moves. You got a star. You got a star in Brogdon, you know, and then you got Gallo, who's a floor stretcher, as could play that role as Al Horford, not playmaking wise, but like in regards to like Al Horford adding, like give Al Horford some rest while Gallo stretches the floor too. So I mean, I think y'all have what it takes, and then you still got Pritchard, some of those guys. I think they could have what it takes to make another run. Don't just give up. Don't just give up Brown though.
The whole entire trade market has been like
Uh,
paused. Everybody has paused and been scared to do any moves because this whole KD thing, bro. And
yeah,
KD and include Donovan Mitchell in there because Donovan Mitchell's on the trade market apparently too. So as we
true.
talked about last episode,
That's true.
I think everybody's holding off until anything happens there. And what's
Really?
messing it up, what's really messing it up is Rudy Gobert.
Why you say that? Oh,
Rudy
all the picks.
Gobert, Rudy
Uh huh.
Gobert got like 4 unprotected first round picks,
I
bro.
see what you mean.
So if Rudy
Okay.
Gobert gets that, and KD's like 10 times better
Yeah.
than him, bro,
I'm,
you're a GM, you'd be like, damn, like I could get like 10 unprotected picks
I
at
want
this point, bro.
I
Like,
want a franchise too. I see what you mean.
exactly.
Yeah. It's not happening though. I mean, the market's getting, saturated. So I don't think that's gonna be a case. Unless you're gonna trade KD for Mitchell. Like, it's not happening, bro. So I don't know. I just KD and Kyrie just need to find a way to make it work. They're both smart. They're both smart players. They're both great. They're both great players. So they they just gotta do what they gotta do to make it work. Because for a team to give up a whole franchise for KD
It's
is it
KD.
would just be he's great, but like he's kind of old too at the same
No, I
time.
agree. I wouldn't give up any franchise
So
for
it's
him.
like you know what I mean? We'll see. Just everybody's good, Whoever signs the available free agencies, and then let's play some basketball, man.
I agree.
But
Next,
next,
Donovan Mitchell, Miami Pro AM, something or nothing.
uh, I would say I don't know. I think it's something. I was actually there. It was pretty.
Talk about it.
It was, it was pretty intense. So I would say, first of all, that day was just crazy. Get there, So it's 2 games. So they play 2 games, one at 6:30 and then one at like 8-ish. I mean, it never really starts at 8. It's probably like 8:30 or close to 9. So then
Basketball time.
I get there, I'm thinking like so 6:30 game is usually like before the NBA players play. But then I see Marvin Bagley warming up. So I'm like, oh my lord. All right, so I get see Marvin Bagley play. That was cool. He's I would say he's good. I just don't think they really played. They played through him a lot the first couple quarters, like, but then second half they really just started to do their own thing, and I don't think he was really that aggressive. I don't know if it was. I feel like they should have played through him more in the second half, and maybe they could have won that game. But yeah, they lost. So yeah, if I'm that other team, I'm feeling great. I beat an NBA player. Like I'm nobody could tell me nothing after that. So then the main event, it was Bam. So that team had Bam, Darius Garland, it had Derrick Jones Jr., it had Royce O'Neal, and it had Donovan Mitchell. I would say so. The question was, is it something? And something. I think it may be something. It was funny because his first trip to the free throw line, you know how Miami fans, Miami people, they have no chill. They just start chanting Miami, Miami, and he smiled a little bit, made a little smirk. Uh, and then Bam was like hyping the crowd up. He might get caught for tampering with that. I don't know, but uh, I hope he doesn't. I hope he does. I hope that. I hope if Mitchell ends up in Miami, I hope they don't go back to that film and look up and get him for tampering.
The
But
man who's gonna get caught for tampering is Dwayne Wade, bro.
yeah, there's literally a video. I don't know. I don't know what Wade was thinking that day. Man, kid just say yes. Are you gonna get Mitchell to Miami? Yes. But I think yeah, Donovan Mitchell, he's tough though. In regards to players, I mean, there's Garland. He has the ball on the string. His handles are elite. Derrick Jones, you already know, high flyer. He's catching lobs everywhere. Bam, Bam was actually, which is something I'm gonna bring up later in regards to the available free agents. He was like playing a lot on the perimeter. You know what I mean? He was doing a lot of dribbling. He's playing more like a guard, like a regular guard, So that I found that interesting. He wasn't really playing in the paint that much. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but it was just something that caught my eyes. And he was taking a lot of and he was like not afraid to take jump shots too. Like he was letting them things go. Donovan Mitchell, I mean, once he gets a head start, like you're not guarding him. Like he's getting the bucket, So you gotta he's tough. He's tough, and he's like Darius Garland. Like he has a tight handle as well, so he could definitely get a bucket whenever he wants. And I learned that in the OKC series in 2015. So I mean, and then who else? Royce O'Neal. He was just missing a lot of jump shots. I'm not even gonna hold you. Royce O'Neal was just not. He was he was just taking threes and missing them. I think he did score. I don't want to say he didn't score at all, but I think Mitchell playing in the pro am is something, though, for sure. Just
Interesting.
because, but he's not a free agent, so it's really up to the team. Now I don't know how much pull D Wade has in the ownership group, so unless D Wade is like, unless D Wade, puts in the call, I don't know how I don't know how else the deal gets done. Because yeah, but it seems like he loves the city, and he said Miami Pro Am. He posted on Twitter right after Pro Am was lit. Miami Pro League, y'all were lit. So it seemed like he loved the atmosphere. So I mean, imagine that atmosphere times 10 in a American Airlines arena. So hey, it could happen. I say something just because of his reaction, but it's not his choice though. It's up to the front office to trade him. You know what I mean?
I mean, technically, he could just go to the front office and be like, "I only want to get traded to Miami." But
I don't know if he has that pull though yet.
players have done that. Players have done that. Oh, you
Yeah,
don't think
but
he has that pull?
I don't know.
Okay,
I
I'll
don't,
give it to you.
I don't know if he has like that pull just yet. Because yeah, they've made to their perennial playoff team, but what have they done in the playoffs? You know what I mean? When was
You're
their
right.
last conference
I'll give
finals?
it.
What? Stockton and that other guy? You know what I mean? So who knows?
Who knows? We'll see what happens.
but it was
Very,
something though for sure.
very interesting to get your insight as someone who was there live in
Crazy.
person.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Very,
Crazy.
very great
It's like
analysis.
it was cool because like normally like you get to watch NBA players pick up on YouTube. You know what I mean? I mean, I normally watch it like on YouTube. So then to actually get to see them pick up, I mean, it's not pick up, it's actual game, but for them, it's pick up. So like, to see them in like a pickup game atmosphere, like in person instead of like on YouTube or something, is it's pretty cool. Yeah,
Great
it's great,
insight.
great.
And since you had mentioned it earlier, we'll just
Sir,
dive straight into the available free agents.
oh man, oh man, oh man.
Just off the top of your head, name some free agents, some details you want to say. Where should they go? Why haven't they been picked up? Blah 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 blah.
Too
Yada
many
yada.
to count. Uh huh. All right, who we got first?
Who would you like to go first?
Let's see. Let's do. I guess Melo. Melo's cool. Uh,
Melo,
where you see
Carmelo,
where you
Carmelo.
see Melo going?
Where do I see Melo going?
I ain't gonna lie. Okay, now go ahead.
He should just re-sign with the Lakers, honestly.
Mm, that'll be. I mean, that makes sense. I ain't gonna lie. If he goes to the Warriors, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. But then think again though. I think the Warriors are kind of good at the wing position because of like Kuminga and then you know Moody and stuff. And then you got Andrew Wiggins, so I don't think they really need him. But like as a luxury, I mean, why not? But yeah, I agree though. I think he should resign with the Lakers too, and that'll probably end up happening. I'd be surprised if it don't happen. But yeah, Melo though. Sure.
Sexton.
Sexton. Oh, he's tough. I mean, like not only as a player, but like just his situation right now. Um,
I think he also declined a 3-year, $40 million contract.
from the Cavs. No way. Was it
Yes.
from the Cavs?
Yes.
Oh man. That's tough. Well, see, this is a tough situation because talent, talent wise, I will understand why you would decline that. But I mean, yeah, talent because your talent is way greater than what's that? That would be like what for like 13 mil a year. Your talent is more than 13 mil a year, but you're coming off an ACL injury. So now he could take the Oladipo route if he wants, and then do a year as a vet minimum, like or take the TJ Warren route as well. Do the vet minimum, and then sign for a greater contract. It worked for Oladipo. He just signed a 1 year, $11 million contract, so he clearly cashed in. Maybe take that route. Um, but I guess he believes in himself and he thinks that he's back to his old self or something close. Um, I could see the Wizards maybe making a run at him just because I'm gonna say Wizards because I mean they need a point guard. Now he's not a true point guard. He's more of a combo guard. So I don't know if he'll be able to run your team. But I mean him and Bradley Beal as a backcourt would just my thought of that and their scoring and their ability to score is just like that attracts me. So I I don't know though. And I doubt the Cavs will offer him a bigger contract than that though. Or maybe they will. Who knows?
I feel like he's just gonna sign a qualifying offer.
With the Cavs?
Yep. Take the
Yeah,
qualifying offer and then you'll be unrestricted next season.
yeah, exactly. I wonder what that what that amount would be,
I
or
have
or
no
something
clue.
close.
I have no clue. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah,
It's
I'm gonna have to
based
go.
off it's based off what he was earning. So what pick was he? He
Uh,
was like, was he
he
sixth? No.
was top 10 for sure. He
Somewhere top
wasn't
10.
top
I don't know.
5.
It's a big amount.
But
It's
yeah,
a big amount. That's all I know.
okay, that's solid. Yeah, I think he should take that route though. That would be a good route for him. And then he doesn't have to like get low ball with the 3 for 40. Because I think that's just something like the Cavs were trying to do just to take advantage of his injury. You know what I mean? So it's good for him not accepting that, I guess, and trusting himself.
Next we have Boogie Cousins.
Boogie Cousins. He's interesting. I mean, I don't think he really had like that bad of a year last year. I would say with the Nuggets. Um, I mean, he was with the Bucks beginning, and then he went to the Nuggets. I would say, I mean, he had some. He showed flashes last year. You know what I mean? Like that, he had a 31-point game against the Rockets. He had a good 19-point game against what was that? The Blazers. Um, and I don't know if this stat means anything to you, but like in the games that he did play over 20 minutes, like he averaged 18 and 8. So I mean, it's 7 games out of 80, what, 82? It's 7 games out of 82. So it may not be that much of a sample size, but I mean, it kind of he still can hoop. You know what I mean? So I just say whatever. I don't know if I would trust him though as a starter though. But but judging by those numbers, he can still play though. So he should definitely get picked up by a team. Now, what team would that be? I think he'll probably want to go to a contender. Trying to think what contender would need a backup center though.
I
Uh
would say the Heat.
oh my gosh, Heat would be crazy. I mean, well, you don't like you don't think Dedmon is the guy? What? Then wait,
We're
think about it
comparing.
though. He could kind of play like that Joel Anthony role. And but I don't mean like skill wise. I'm not comparing him to Joel Anthony. But I mean like you know how like Joel Anthony will play like you know like Joel Anthony will play like 10 minutes or something and then like just sit the rest of the game. Like you know what I mean? Like you don't need him, you don't need Cousins to play like 30 minutes a game, you know what I mean? You could like still you could still play him like, I don't know, maybe 20 and then sit him or 15 and then sit him or and if you need him back, you can bring him back in or something. But Heat would be crazy though. I ain't
Yes.
think about it.
Yes.
Heat. I don't know. Well, he already went to the Clippers and that didn't really work. I don't know if that really worked out. So, yeah, probably the Heat. I guess.
He
Yeah,
went to the Clippers. I don't even remember
I ain't
that,
gonna lie.
bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, he was with the Clippers. Trying to remember. It was like not last year, of course, but I think maybe the year before
That's crazy.
because he played
That
in the
completely
playoffs a little bit.
slipped
I
my
think.
mind.
Yeah, yeah. He's been around. No cap. But yeah, that he would be interested though. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I see a couple of guys that could go to the Heat actually. You know what I mean? That and are still available too. So yeah.
Next, we have Dennis Schroeder.
And the Schroeder, uh I saw him. I mean, it was against Poland, but I mean, I think he was playing for Germany this summer. And he was hooping. He had a nice 38 piece. You know, shot the ball well. You know, still has that burst. You know, I think he'll definitely have some options for sure. Um, and I think he has a good like choice too as well. You know what I mean? Um, I wouldn't mind seeing. I'm gonna still say Washington again, just like I said with Sexton, just because they need a point guard. I mean, I like DeLon Wright and Monte Morris, but I don't know if like long term they're the guy. And Shooter's like only 28. You know what I mean? So I think he still got some good years left of him in basketball. So I would say maybe them, or he could go to a contender. You know, maybe go back to the Lakers, or like you said, the Heat as well. They don't have a good backup really. I mean, Gabe Vincent, he's solid, but I mean, who would you rather have, Gabe Vincent or Shooter? Like, be honest.
Doesn't matter. They have VO and Matt Strauss and Tyler Hero. They have to give minutes to.
I'm talking point guard. I'm talking point guard. I'm talking as a
Bro, they have
backup.
so many shooting guards that they're not gonna play. They're not gonna grab a point guard, bro. They're probably
Schuss
gonna do
might.
a two shooting guard backups
I
thing.
don't think you think the Heat. I don't, Schuss might lose some minutes though, because I don't. You think the Heat gonna give
Actually, low key, they don't need a backup point guard. Just
really?
maneuver the minutes between Lowry and Jimmy Butler. They'll be the main ball handlers.
I guess. Yeah, you don't need it, but you could get Oladipo. I mean, you could get Schroeder for a low price, probably. I mean,
Yeah,
his
but then
value's
who's
kind of.
getting cut?
I mean, Schroeder is. I mean, you probably playing behind Larry. Larry's getting old anyway. Well, we'll see.
You're playing
I think
Dennis
he'll
Schroeder
probably.
behind. Okay,
No, you say?
I'm just saying they have a lot of guards,
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, Schroeder's probably gonna lose minutes anyway, because you think the Heat gonna give Vo a $11 million contract and not play him,
and then
and
he'll
then
lose even more minutes if they sign Dennis Schroeder.
yeah, that's true. We'll see them.
Anyway, I like him going to the Wizards. Like you
This is
had
probably
mentioned.
gonna start anyway though, regardless, because just of shooting. anyway.
Probably. Yeah. I
I
like
mean,
your
Duncan
idea
Rock.
of I like your idea of Shooter going to the Wizards. I like that.
I mean, yeah, he's a starter. He can run a team. You know what I mean? Uh, I really like Schroeder as a six man though. I think he's a great six man. You know, I still wish he should have won that year Montrezl Harrell won. What was that I think 2020? Yeah, it was 2020. Still think he should have won that year. Still think he should have won six man of the year. He got robbed, but it's cool. Uh, but I mean, having a guy like him come off the bench would be great. So I mean, Heat would be crazy. But Wizards, I mean, he's in his prime or he's entering his prime. So I mean, he could start right away and play with Bradley Bill. I think that would be a cool spot. Because I can't really think of too many teams that need point guards. You know, I guess that's a good thing. I don't know.
Next player, um, the guy who you like to say came back from the dead, LaMarcus Aldridge.
I mean, he did. To be honest, God is good. All the time and all the time, God's good. Uh, he did. He came back. Now what team could use him? I think just whatever team that could use a veteran presence, I guess, and some floor stretching. Uh, can't even say the Warriors because they got Jermichael. I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm not. I don't even know. To be honest, I feel like he could go wherever he wants or whoever wants him, really. But I don't know like what value like he adds. Trying trying to figure that
I
out.
don't know. I'm trying to think of who needs a backup. Did the
Right.
Sixers ever sign a backup to
But
Embiid?
like uh ooh, I mean, I think they've been trying to develop some guys. I think Bassie's been like in their like development program. I don't know if he's ready though for to back up and beat. Paul Reed, I mean, he's solid. I don't know if he's a center though. I feel like he's built more like a power forward, but I mean, it's positionless basketball, so he could probably play the five if need be. So I think his backup, I guess Embiid's backup would be Paul Reed, I guess. But I mean, I don't know, Paul Reed or LaMarcus Aldridge. uh, I'll probably take Paul Reed just because he's like younger and more like athletic in that sense. I mean, but you could still sign LaMarcus as like a veteran presence or something. It'll be interesting.
Next, we have Montrezl Harrell.
Hmm. He he's tough. His
Go back to the
situation's tough.
Clips.
Yeah, could go back to the Clips. The Heat should definitely look into him. They have no power for it right now. Uh, I mean, I think I forgot who they said their starter would be right now. I think it was Highsmith, Alonzo Highsmith. I think would be their starter. I don't even think he got that many minutes last year. Um, you got Trez. Trez and Bam could be a scary front court. Now, Trez could be maybe be a defensive liability sometimes. Um, but I think with the coaching though and the culture, I think they'll be able to bring that defensive ability out of him. You know what I mean? And like look at Lowry. Like not Lowry like defensive wise, but like he wasn't in the best shape last year. You know what I mean? And look at him now. Like, he whole new person. So it's like, I think the Heat could definitely bring that defensive, tenacity out of Harrell. And just like him and Jimmy Butler on the court and just their attitude towards basketball, I think would like mesh really well. And and Miami would definitely take him in for sure.
Blake Griffin.
Dang, bro, you not gonna say your opinion, bro? Well, you just say, oh, you just think Clippers?
Yeah, I said Clippers.
Hmm. Blake
What's
Griffin. Um, I mean, I'm trying teams that need floor spacers. Uh,
Go back to the Pistons.
that's funny. Nah, that's funny. That was a good one. Now that makes me think. I don't know if you were joking about Montrez to the Clippers. Now that you said that, bro, I don't.
Screw it, Blake to the Clippers too.
Oh snap! Yo, I ain't gonna lie. That could actually happen though. I mean, that could actually happen because I don't know who their
Isn't
backup.
isn't he on bad terms with the owner though?
Sterling. I thought Sterling left. Oh, then Balmer. Oh, he not cool with Balmer.
Yeah, because I think he traded him.
Oh wow. Oh, probably. Yeah, probably. Oh yeah. So maybe. Hey man. Hey, this is professional. Your title, your job title is professional basketball player. Keyword
Have you
professional.
seen some of the things Blake Griffin has done, bro? They were very professional.
But that'll be interesting. That'll be an interesting reunion. Um, I mean, yeah, Clippers. I can see Clippers. If the Heat don't get Montrez, maybe Griffin. I guess he's a floor spacer. You know, he could kind of fill that. Now, I don't know if he's the defender that PJ Tucker is, but I mean, he's a he's a floor spacer. Give, Bam some space in the paint, or give you some driving lanes. So Heat, Clippers. I think he'll definitely sign with a contender though, for sure. It's definitely going to be a contender. But
I
yeah.
like those two teams.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Last one I have on this list is Dwight Howard.
It he might make a trip back to Washington. You never know, bro. Might have some unfinished business over there, man.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington. You know, the glute injury he had. He might have unfinished business.
Bro, did he get married?
I don't know. I know he's with Tia Cooper.
Yeah, I don't think he has any unfinished business if he's with her, bro. Actually, you never know. Who knows?
But I'm trying to. Hey, oh wait, it didn't work out. It didn't work out with the Sixers though. I wonder why. I was gonna say he could, like you was talking about Embiid with a backup. I mean, he could be the backup.
Honestly, I think he. Why didn't it work out?
I don't remember. That's
He
what I'm
did.
trying. I'm trying to figure out. I don't remember why it didn't work
I
out.
think it wasn't anything that didn't work out. I just think he just decided to go to the Lakers now.
Yeah,
But Dwight. I think is a really good backup center, honestly.
but I mean, like, and it's like I don't even know what this man. See, now he's different. Like his genetics is different because he's like he still looks kind of the same, not the same, but like body, like physique wise, in regards to staying in shape, like he still is kind of in similar shape, or probably even better shape than he was like his previous years. So I mean, he could play as long as he wants if he keeps up his regimen. But I mean, I'm trying to figure out maybe Sixers could be an option. I'm trying to think teams that need backup centers. Heat would be crazy. Um, Heat would be crazy. It's like Heat.
Every
It's like
center
Heat.
and power forward we said it's like Heat, and then me Clippers, just randomly adding the
Heat.
Clippers, bro.
It's like Heat. Like I
Basically,
don't know.
any available center power forward go to either the Heat, the Clippers, or beat Joel Embiid's backup, bro. That's literally it. Like honestly,
I mean, Lakers could never count out the Lakers. You know what I
they
mean?
should probably. I don't know why the Lakers haven't signed him. I don't even know who the Lakers have a center, but whatever.
That's
The
what I
Lakers
mean. I
are a
don't.
mess. That doesn't even matter, bro.
You know what I mean? So hey, it's options. It's gonna be interesting to see. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
Very.
Very, very much so.
And the last topic, the potential of Isaiah Thomas going back to the Hornets.
Uh, I like it. I mean, I don't think Melo really has a backup, like a good consistent backup. Um, I mean, I guess his backup would be Terry Rozier, but he starts with him, so that's not possible. Um, I mean, I don't see why not. It's a bucket. I think there was like reports of like a mutual like a possibility of like both teams wanting to do a reunion. So I mean that would be pretty cool to see. And I just love seeing IT in the league. He's just great player, great heart, all that good stuff. So I'm here for it. You know.
I agree. I think Isaiah Thomas did good on the time that he was there in the Hornets. And I think he brought really that leadership experience to that young team. A lot of people in that team haven't been to the playoffs, and Isaiah has literally played won a playoff game with a broken hip. So, you know, that experience and that determination, that leadership is very important for that team. So I think
Facts,
it's
facts.
great if they reunite together once again.
Bro, I'm here for it. I don't see why not. You know what I mean?
For sure.
This sun is hitting, boy. My lord. But yeah,
I see. I see. I see.
maybe if I back up, all right, bet we lit. But yeah, that's it though.
I think that's it.
Talk about everything. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube. Follow us on IG. Interact with our posts. Don't be afraid to comment or any of our IG posts or Twitter posts or anything. Follow us on Twitter, ONJ Podcasts, IG ONJ underscore podcast. Follow us on Anchor. Wait, no, I'm tripping. Don't follow us on Anchor. Um,
I mean, I think they could, but yeah.
hey, they probably could. You know what I mean? Uh, don't forget to rate us, on any podcast platform you got. Get that outreach out there. And we just appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Share the podcast with your friends.
There you go. Oh, that's a great one. Yeah, do that. I mean, we appreciate y'all. We out.
We out.